Today in our 2016 Ram 2500, we'll be having a look at the B&W Custom Underbed Installation Kit for B&W Companion fifth wheel trailer hitches, part number BWG NRK 1384-5W. This fifth wheel installation kit is designed to let you install your B&W Companion fifth wheel trailer hitches. The adapters are part numbers BWR VK 3500 or part number BWRVK 3400. The underbed design of the kit allows for full truck bed access, and when you're ready, it's under 5 minutes to convert your empty truck bed into a fifth wheel hitch. We'll start off by unlocking our B&W hitch and installing our fifth wheel adapter. We have ours pre-assembled, but you can adjust the uprights here depending on your truck and trailer combination. At this point, the hitch is ready to attach to a trailer. There's a little clip here that you can release. Basically, it's a safety pin. Then you swing the handle out and you watch the jaws open. You're ready to back onto your trailer. Once you're secure onto your trailer, you can reinstall the clip. And since this fifth wheel installation kit doubles as a gooseneck hitch, when you're not towing your fifth wheel, you can remove it. This frees up the hole to reinsert the hitch ball when you need it. Now we'll go ahead and show you how to install the custom underbed kit for the B&W Companion fifth wheel trailer hitches. All right, here's where our hitch comes with. We have our turnover ball gooseneck system right here. We have our ball release right here where our handle will bolt to. We have two holes on both sides of the hitch where it'll be bolted to our frame using these brackets here. They'll slide over our frame. And then we have 4 large bolts that'll secure it into place. We have this plastic collar here, which will give us a more finished look. We have our safety chain loops here, which will insert down. They are spring loaded. We have our template here, which goes into the factory frame. You use this as a guide to drill your pilot hole to make your hole for the gooseneck ball to come through. And then we have our gooseneck ball right here, which secures down. On some applications, you'll be able to store it in the hitch upside down, so you don't have it taking up any space in your bed. On this particular truck though, we won't be able to store it upside down. We'll show you why you can't do that here in a moment. Now that we've gone over what's included, we'll show you how to install it. If your truck is equipped with this stabilizer right here, you will not be able to store the ball upside down in the stored position. So if your truck has this, keep that in mind. Don't attempt to store it upside down. If your truck does not have this, you'll be okay. All right, we went ahead and removed our spare tire. That'll make your installation a lot easier. There's this heat shield that protects the spare tire from the exhaust. You want to remove it. There are going to be 4 10mm bolts, 2 here, and then there's a bolt and a nut, I believe, right in this area here on the other side. I know for a fact there's 2 more. Now the other 2 bolts are above this lip here, and then one further this direction. So we'll remove those. Now we need to remove our rear tailpipe and muffler section right here. There's a flange at the front muffler there that we will be unbolting from. But first we need to remove this rubber hanger. So we'll spray this rubber hanger with some lubricant so it slides off easier. Then we'll use a pry bar and work it off. Now we'll loosen our muffler clamp with the 15mm socket. With that clamp loose, we can now remove our tailpipe and muffler section. Just wiggle it on out. We use a rubber mallet and tap it a little bit. All right, once we wiggle it off enough, we can lift it off and set it aside. Now we'll take our template block here. We'll insert it into the hole in our frame. Push it flush against the bed. Take a center punch, stick it in the hole, and we will make a mark where we need to drill our pilot hole. Now we'll drill our pilot hole. Okay, now we can go on top of the truck, Okay, so here's where our pilot hole came through, right in the center of our cutout here in the middle of our bed. Take our 3.5-inch diameter hole saw and use it as a guide. All right, now we're on the passenger side of our vehicle. We'll take our nut handle here. You notice that there's washers on one side and nuts on the other side. Have the nuts facing up. And we'll slide it in above our rear axle and get it close to the position we need it. We'll do the same on the driver's side, and then we'll go underneath the vehicle and adjust them as necessary. Okay, our nuts need to line up with these holes. So we need to get the spacer, the handle, in position so it lines up there. Now that we can see our threads coming through our frame in both locations of the holes, we'll do the same on the other side. Now we'll take our spacer and we're going to slide it between our bed corrugation and the frame of our vehicle, right here. This will help protect our bed from being crushed down onto the frame of the vehicle and help tidy up the installation a little bit. To do this, we'll go in front of the passenger side spring, slide it up, and we'll slide it over. And once we have it slid over, we'll start to push it in. Just like that. Now we'll raise our center section up with this latch mechanism facing the driver's side. Okay, so we got it in position. We'll start our hardware now. Okay, now that it's in place, we want to ensure that it's centered in the frame of our vehicle. Well, we've already done that, so now we can tighten it down. Now we'll torque all of our hardware to the amount specified in the instructions. Okay, now we'll take our latch mechanism here that secures our ball, pull it out, push towards the cab of the truck to hold it out. Now we'll drop down our carriage bolts from the top side. These will secure our handle to our latch mechanism. We'll take our latch mechanism and we'll feed it in front of our brake lines here. Underneath our frame. Okay, once we have it in position, put our handle onto the carriage bolts that we dropped down, secure it with the two nuts. We'll tighten them down with a 14mm socket. Okay, with those secured, we now have a functioning latch mechanism. Okay, now we need to drill through our truck's cross member here, using these holes here as a guide for our safety chain loops. So we'll start making a small pilot hole first, and then we'll enlarge it to the final size of 9/16. Okay, once we're through the cross member, we need to continue on through the truck bed itself. This is a fairly difficult metal to drill through, this cross member. It will take you a fair amount of time to do this. Just make sure you apply firm and steady pressure to your drill, and you have it on a slow speed setting, as well as having a nice, fresh, sharp drill bit. Once we're through the cross member and the truck bed, we'll continue on making pilot holes for the other 3 holes, and then we'll enlarge them to the final size. You can see our first hole here that we have enlarged. We're ready to step it up to our final size. Now I'm going to finish enlarging it through the top of the bed versus the bottom, just so I can have a better look at it. Okay, with that one done, we'll do the other 3 in the same manner. All right, with our holes drilled and enlarged, we'll drop down our safety chain loops. Okay, with both our safety chain loops now dropped down, they'll easily be able to be pulled up Now we'll take one of our springs, put it on the end of one of the bolts, and secure a nut on it. We'll repeat the same process for the other 3 sections of the bolts. Now we'll tighten down the lock nuts until the nut is flush with the end of the bolt. All right, now we'll reinstall our exhaust. Okay, so we'll just tap our exhaust on with a rubber mallet. Okay, so now we'll put our exhaust on. Might have to twist it on a little bit, like that. We'll take our exhaust hanger and we'll push it on to all 3 of these studs at the same time. Okay, with that reinstalled, we can now tighten our exhaust clamp back up by the front muffler. Okay, with that secured, we can now reinstall our exhaust heat shield. We'll get these 2 started here on the frame, and then we'll do the 2 above our spare tire. All right, we'll snug these down. With our exhaust reinstalled, we now can prep our frame on the driver's side for the installation of this sticker that shows you how to use the handle. Spray it down with some soapy water and wipe it clean. That way the sticker has a good surface to stick to. We'll place our sticker right here. Now we can install our ball. To do that, we'll pull out on our handle, push towards the front of the truck, and go in the bed and put our ball in place. As you can see, our ball has no right direction. There's holes that go through it on all 4 sides. You just drop it down in position and push the handle towards the rear of the truck and it'll secure the ball. As you can see, our ball is now secure, won't go anywhere. Now when we need access to our bed of our truck, all we have to do is pull the handle on out, go towards the front of the truck, and it'll be removed and held back so we can pull our ball out. And with that done, we'll be able to attach our gooseneck trailer to the ball and have our safety chain loops right here to attach our safety chains to. And they are spring loaded, so as soon as you let go of them, they go back on down. And that completes our look at the B&W Custom Underbed Installation Kit for B&W Companion 5th Wheel Trailer Hitches, part number BWG NRK 1384-5W on our 2016 Ram 2500.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.